And the comic book friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day! Yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. These are comics for January 23rd, 2019. There will be a comic book roundtable tomorrow night, Saturday night, I think. Especially if I can get somebody else. If I can get somebody else to show up besides just me, there definitely will be. We'll see how many books I get read. I think I've only read 3 of the 20-some books I got last week so far. So hopefully today, Friday afternoon, I can get some read. And Saturday before the show, I can get some read. We'll see how that goes. I'm back to working stupid shifts at work. So, yeah, I haven't had a lot of time that I'm not asleep or at work, it seems. Anyway, 12 books this week. Only 12. It almost feels like I didn't even get comic books. Seems like the last couple weeks have ridiculously been 20-plus books, right? So I guess last week was only 18, but it feels like it was a lot more than that. So let's jump into what we got. I haven't even looked to see what came out this week. So let's see what there is. Exorcisters, issue number 4. I don't know how much longer I'll be getting this. It's been amusing, but I don't know that I'm like totally engrossed in the book. Twin sisters, in reality, they were one person at one point and got split in half. As part of their souls got sold off to the devil. They figure out how to get it back, and now they basically help other people out that are getting their souls sold off to demons and other icky things. And mom is selling their souls again. That's what happened to them originally, seemingly. It's okay. Wildstorm, issue number 19. Looks like we're getting down to some crazy stuff there. I think that's Jenny Sparks there. Going to town, it looks like. Trying to figure out what's in the background. Can't really tell. But looking forward to this. It's been fun. We've kind of been exposed to a lot of other like secondary characters. Waiting to see if we get back to the kind of the overall what's happening with these 3 different groups. Our rogue group, the Wildstorm people, I believe, is what they're actually called. And there's Io, and there's Skywatch, and different groups of aliens with their own preview of what they control. They're all kind of on the verge of war with each other. And how does those 3 things mix? We are down to, counting this issue, we're down to what? 6 issues, and this is done. What happens then? Who knows? The ride has been lots of fun, though. American Carnage, issue number 3. Been a pretty good book. It's been interesting watching this character go down this road of kind of the radical right, the white supremacist, and that sort of thing. That wonderful cross. It's made out of AK-47s and AR-15s, it looks like, and a bunch of other quasi-military weapons there. This guy is an ex-FBI agent. He is mixed race. He can pass as white. He is infiltrating this group to see if this guy is in cahoots with the white supremacists. He is potentially running for president and that sort of thing. The woman that this guy is working for is an FBI agent whose partner was murdered by some people who are like basically cult followers of him. We're going to see how that all works out. I've enjoyed it so far. The first 2 issues were good, and I'm curious to see where it's going to go to. Aquaman, issue number 44, second issue of the Kelly Sue DeConnick driven Aquaman. Aquaman is like potentially trapped on an island. He does not know he's Aquaman. He was marooned there, washed up on the shore, and saved by these people that seem to have some really dark and sinister past as to why they're all stuck on this island that nobody seems to know exists, and they can't seem to get off of it. And the tempest, the ocean is getting more violent, and what's happening thing. So first issue was interesting kind of setup. It didn't feel like an amnesia story, which was a concern because you're kind of tired of those after a while. Aquaman doesn't know who he is, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be something that they're obsessing over either. So check that out. Batman, issue number 66. I swear I just read issue 62. I guess that's what happens when it comes out twice a month. And that issue was with Pig, and it was really good. Mitch George did the art on it. It was excellent. Just really strange. This issue seems to be guest starring John Constantine. So we'll see what happens. I'm assuming that has some of the more mythical bump in the night sort of thing to go along with it too. Or maybe it's just the fact that Batman looks panicked here because clearly all those bats must be flying out of his butt or something, and so it's freaking him out. So he needs an exorcist from Constantine to take care of it. I don't know. It's a strange cover. Anyway, or is Constantine using magic and that's making him dance like a silly monkey? I don't know. Anyway, look forward to checking that out. I have been enjoying Batman as a whole. Freedom Fighters, issue number 2. Not my Freedom Fighters, but I did enjoy issue number 1. There's all these plastic mans with Z's, the double S's of the SS, that are the German part of it, which is really interesting. You can see them all there on the cover. That's kind of cool. A new group of freedom fighters has arisen. Either people that are of the old or the new or relatives of the old ones. We'll see where it goes. Issue 2 of 12-issue miniseries. Hellboy in the BPRD, 1956, issue number 3. Issue number 2 had Hellboy in it for like 1 or 2 panels. He's hanging out in Mexico, getting drunk, hanging with the luchadors. Story largely has to do with some administrative stuff going on with Bartholomew and somebody who's kind of in charge of babysitting the BPRD at this point in 1956. And, of course, our little demon here is the other aspect of what's going on in the story. It's like the first part of it's BPRD-centric, and then the second part of it is in Russia with her. So, interesting stuff. Doesn't have the same the old stuff used to have, but I'm still enjoying it. The Magnolia universe is really cool. I think it's really interesting. None of this stuff now has that banner. For years, it had a banner anytime anything had to do with Hellboy. Even if it said Hellboy on it or it didn't say Hellboy on it, or it said, it used to have a banner across it that said, part of the Hellboy universe, even though most of us call it the Magnolia universe. Anyway, don't know if that's significant or not, but it's changed. So curious. Issue number 12 of the Immortal Hulk. That's an awesome cover. As it looks like the planet is going to feed Hulk, is going to eat the Hulk, this emaciated Hulk in hell. This is just an awesome comic. It is, definitely my favorite comics of last year. It's certainly my favorite Marvel comic. It's just been really, really cool. And so I'm always excited. It goes to the top of my list of books to read in this pile. Anytime it's in my group of books, it's the top of the list. Justice League issue number 16. I decided after reading issue number 15 that I was dropping this book. I did not, even though it had the characters in it I really liked. The last issue, Martian Manhunter, Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Hawkwoman, whichever she's been called now, I can't remember. Love those characters. Any other Justice League book I should have been on board with, it should have been that. Didn't really care for it. I do not like the introduction. It feels like, as I straighten my mustache out here. Too crooked. Anyway, it just feels like it's setting up another event book, and I do not want to read another event book. I do not care. They throw this name out, and I can't remember what it was, Pantara or something like that. At the end of it, implying there's some greater force out there that everything is hinged on. And it just, to me, feels like Scott Snyder set up to the next whatever event book thing's going to be. And I don't even want to begin to read those kinds of shenanigans. So I'm dropping it. It hasn't completely held my interest. There are aspects of it I really do enjoy. I like the Legion of Doom and the Justice League, that strife against each other and whatnot. But the Snyder, Tinian, the two of them riding together, do not care for. Have never. If I'm going to read Tinian, I'd rather just read him by himself with his own storylines. But taking whatever Scott Snyder has supposedly come up with and putting words to it, I don't know if that's the issue or what, but I haven't been enjoying it, so I am dropping that. So the only Justice League book I'm getting now will be Justice League Dark, even though I tried all three. I dropped Odyssey really early on, but yeah. Another book I'm really excited to be reading, Lucifer, and we're issue number 4 of this. Absolutely love this book. I love the story. Love the mad poet that they portray Lucifer as in this. The stuff that's going on in our world is intriguing with this halfway house and stuff. And of course, the Funarama brothers, Sebastian and Max, are just really great. Their art is really captivates a lot. David Craig's coloring, the limited palette that he uses, I really enjoy also. And Dan Waters, don't know what else he's writing, but I really love the whole portrayal in this. The two stories as they converge and whatnot, where Lucifer and wherever place he is, purgatory or whatever, wherever he is at, trying to dig his way out, metaphorically and physically, and what's going on in our world with this detective whose wife has just died. She was dying of a brain tumor, and they get in a car accident, and that finishes her off. Now, seemingly, possibly, he has cancer also, the exact same cancer that his wife had, which is very peculiar. What all does that mean, and where all going? I don't know, but really, really have been enjoying Sandman a lot. It's probably my favorite of the Sandman universe stuff, followed really closely behind by The Dreaming. The Dreaming has been very good also. Bliss Everly's art is just stellar in that. But this Lucifer tickles a few other ticklish spots in my reading palette that I enjoy. Monstrous is back. So this is issue number 19 of Monstrous. Here they're telling you all the things that it is the best of. Last year it got like every accolade you could possibly get. Best writer, best painter, best multimedia artist, best cover artist, best publication for teens, best continuing series, winner of 5 Eisners. Holy smokes, I like this book. 5 Eisners, I don't know if it's that good, but I really like it. The art you see on the covers, the art you see inside is very rich. It has all kinds of filigree. It is just very detailed. The story is not super fast. It's very slow moving. Probably reads stronger in trade than in singles. I am a single person, and I'm enjoying reading in singles. Curious to see about this war, these elder god powers that are there, tickling at the back of people's mind, or in this case, inside of our wolf girl here. It is inside of her. It consumes things. It is out. I mean, I think she basically sacrificed her own arm at one point in her past. What else is it possibly going to take from her? Who knows? As this greater battle is potentially coming. And finally, this time around, it is Shazam, issue number 2. This is clearly the Chris Samney variant cover, which rocks. See, he's getting blasted with the lightning. Issue one was decent. They moved Billy Bradson away from being just a complete jerk, and made him more of the wholesome kid that I embrace when I am thinking of Captain Marvel, this character. Captain Marvel. The book Shazam. He's Captain Marvel. Whatever. We'll see how issue 2 goes. And this issue has a different artist than issue 1. There's a lot of production issues with this book, but I liked issue 1. We'll see how issue 2 plays out. I like the characters. We'll see where it goes. As long as it's not a New 52 version of the character, hopefully I'll dig it. And that is it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. Comic Roundtable. We'll shoot the breeze about some comics, whatever else is coming out. And if not then, until whenever the next video is, have a great one, everybody.